In today's crazy world, we're constantly using things we don't need, doing things we don't like, and never really moving forward or getting the results we're hoping for in either ourselves or our animals. Are you ready for a change? Join me, Wendy Patrick, your host on Quantumly Yours, Finnessiam Health's podcast, and become empowered to take control of you and your animals' health and well being. We're all quantumly connected, so whether you're round the corner or around the world, it doesn't matter because we can help each other and all work together on our journeys. So come, join me, and together we'll myth bust, share advice, knowledge, truths, and suggestions to help you awaken, grow, and continue your journey to a healthier, happier life. Hi there, folks. It's Wendy from Quantumly Yours at Finnessiam Health. Any of you who are watching will see that I have Mr. Dimitri on my knee today because he's always at my side trying to get up on my knee. And I tried to start this recording earlier and everything went a little south. So I grabbed him up onto my knee rather than him standing scratching beside me to get up for a cuddle. So this is Dimitri. He is a Sealyham Terrier, nice big yawn for the viewers. And yeah, if you can't see him, he looks like a little tank, and the position that he's in towards the camera right now makes his face look almost twice as big as mine. He's really not that proportional, um, but he's a little cutie. Anywho, that's getting way off. But everybody wants to know what we can do to look after these little guys, and this is my main purpose in life: is to look after these little fellas and girls and big boys and girls and horses and sheep and llama and goats and everybody in between, cats. We've done some birds. Yeah, anyway, you name it, we want to be here to help and to help you know how to get there quicker. Sorry about the heavy breathing. For those that can't see, that will be a little terrier heavy breathing right in front of the microphone. Um, so, anyhow, what can we do for these guys? And yes, you can see, if you're watching, the staining on his chin is basically because he is a mega drooler, and it's the staining from his food. Now, certainly, that's a good thing even to talk about the staining that happens. Sometimes you'll see it around the eyes, sometimes you'll see it around the mouth, sometimes you'll see it around the feet. That can tell us lots of different things. And also, it can tell us what's in their food that actually causes that staining to be worse, as opposed to it just being salivary enzymes. It can also be a byproduct, as such, from ingredients within the food itself, like beet pulp is a popular one. Um, Hopefully, I will have someone on to talk about ingredients and nutrition and things like that, and how you shouldn't be looking at the front of the bag or all the glossy adverts or the TV adverts, and then go along and find out that the cost of the food is actually more um, put into actually advertising and marketing and making you believe or think that you're picking the best choice that's out there for your animal, when in fact the amount of money that that costs, and then you look at the actual cost of the product, you can then realize, well, what's left to go into the quality of ingredients. And then you can start realizing that, hang on, maybe the quality of ingredients isn't that great. Now, I know there'd be lots of naysayers out there and everything else going, well, I had a dog and he left till he was 15 and all he ate was old Roy. Well, jolly good for you. That's wonderful. And there's certainly things, sometimes dogs will just thrive on the most garbage food that's out there. Some systems are built that way. And that's the thing. And this is why diets specifically don't work, whether it's for your dog, whether it's for your cat, whether it's for your horse, or whether it's for you, doesn't matter. Everybody's system is different, just the same way as your fingerprint is different. Um, every being is slightly different. We are all unique beings in that sense, and that includes dogs. How many times have you fallen in love with a breed to get another one to find out that that second one in the same breed looks just like the first one, is nothing like the first one? There's more issues or less issues. There's a better bond or less of a bond. So you just can't go with that. Now, Dimitri, you're just seeing the neighbors and just shouting because you want to do that. Sorry, folks. Hopefully, he'll not get too loud and pierce your eardrums like the terrier that he is tends to do. Uh, but anyway, so every being is different. So even the different puppies in the same litter can be completely different. So you're not always going to get the same. So why that dog will thrive on garbage and that other dog won't and end up with cancer or heart disease or whatever else, this all goes back to our whole muscle testing thing again. If you know how to muscle test, you can actually ask the animal what it needs and what it doesn't need. It actually is that simple. I keep saying that we would literally change the world if everybody knew how to muscle test. Thing is, lots of big corporations wouldn't be rich then, would they? Oh dear, what a shame. But we all would save an awful lot of money rather than throwing hundreds and thousands at different things that don't work or never will work because we never knew how to ask the system whether it would suit that system or not. So, anyway, I think we've mentioned muscle testing in every other video so far. So, if you don't know how to do it yet, Google it or make an appointment. But what do I do when I'm doing that? Well, basically, if I have the dog physically with me, it's much easier to muscle test for that animal, because I'll usually be there with the guardian or with my helper or something, and I will basically grab the product, whether it's a piece of their food, whether it's a piece of their treats or some of their supplements, even, and I'll just take it, hold it against the body, and then get someone to test me to see if it is for this animal. And that will go through. Remotely, I can do it through intent. So I need to connect through the screen visually so that I can actually see the little animal on screen. And then basically, from like almost a Reiki sense or a quantum energy sense, I then ask the animal for permission to talk to them and to test them. And we do that. And if you think I'm all full of nonsense, go to finnessiamhealth.com and read some of the testimonials because they have been done from a distance and they're showing incredible results. So that's all I care about. That's all I am concerned about is helping the animals. So as we go along, there's lots and lots of different modalities that you can introduce to help your animals too, whether it's lights. So that's photobiomodulation, where basically you can actually target or photopuncture points or acupuncture points with lights. So non-invasive, you can't do any harm, but you can actually help to stimulate the energy of the cells through lights and frequency, and actually help things to work better, work more in harmony, boost energy of cells, help with recovery after surgery or even instead of surgery. So we're going to have different people on. In fact, we have it lined up in the next little while. We have a couple of people coming on. And for supplements, my next guest, actually, or my first guest, which will be my next guest on the next podcast, will be Joanne Carr from Omega Alpha. And they're a great line of supplements. Some of you may even be familiar or have used or do use some of the human products for yourself. They have a great line for pets and for horses. I love their horse products. My horses love their horse products. And there's certainly a good handful of the pet ones as well that I absolutely love to test for. They are in part of my testing kit as well as to what I would test for an animal to see whether it would help. So whether it's extra minerals or vitamins or nutrients or probiotics or muscle, joints, support, all sorts of different things that maybe isn't quite covered by our smart oil or by our colloidal and different things like that. So anyway, to help your animals, you can read so many things about nutrition. I do suggest you look up muscle testing. Google surrogate muscle testing, and that's when you're doing it for somebody else or something else, whether that's an animal, whether it's a baby. And yet, I may absolutely completely annoy a whole ton of natural practitioners because I've heard some places charge a phenomenal amount of money to do this kind of testing and will actually blindfold you so you don't see how they're doing it. Like, come on. I don't agree with that. We all deserve to be able to get better or do better, whether it's for ourselves or for our animals. And if I have information that's going to help somebody do that, that's fine. I still will have clients who want to come to me for me to do that for them. Whether that's, as I say, down the road or around the world, doesn't matter because we can connect remotely and do that. So we're still going to have lots and lots of clients, but there's lots and lots of people that will never be able to service. So if we could help them to service themselves, that's what I care about. And that's what I care about is having happier, healthier pets to boot. Right, Dimitri? I think it's almost supper time. So we're going to leave you. Hopefully, you will tune in to find out some more information and stuff. Please, please, please send us your questions, though. We'd love to get some input as to what you really want to hear about, what you want to know about. So, this podcast can actually be made for you, exactly for you and your animals. And hopefully, if we don't know or if I don't know the answer, or Dimitri doesn't know the answer, then we can certainly reach out and find someone who does. And as well, I'd love to invite you if you are an expert in your field and you love healthier, happier people and pets, and you have some information, experience, knowledge, education to share, then you would also reach out and get in touch with us and apply to come on the show. So, with that, no further ado, we'll ask you like, share, subscribe, um, tell everybody, tell us. Um, yep, get in touch. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, all the rest of it, because this is really catered to you. I know this stuff. I can die and take it with me. That's of no use. If you'd like to tap into some of the information that I have or know or can find out, or find out the people who can also find out or know, then let me know because I'm here to help you and help your pets. So, this is Wendy signing out, and it's bye from me and bye from Dimitri. We will see you next time on Quantumly Yours and with our special guest. We'll see you soon. Thanks, folks, for joining us. Stay possum.
All information, products, and topics discussed in the show are simply the host and guest's personal opinions and are for informational purposes only. None claim to offer a diagnosis, treatment, or cure. All listeners and viewers are encouraged to do their own research and consult with their own healthcare providers before changing or adapting any new protocols. Finnessiam Holistic Health, nor any of its entities, assume any responsibility or liability for any consequence relating directly or indirectly from the information contained within the podcast.